At the beginning of the movie, 3 students named Shun, Amaya, and Ichika are introduced. A voice in the background expresses frustration with God, complaining about a dull and uneventful life. The next scene shows Shunshin and his friends in their classroom, where a peculiar doll called the Daruma doll forces the students to play a deadly game. The game is called Daruma Senga Karanda. The doll, which has an unsettling appearance with only a head, sits on the desk in front of the students. It turns its back and sings, but if it catches anyone moving when it turns back, it kills them instantly and turns them into red marbles. The students, unaware of the rules, panic as their classmates are killed one by one. 2 boys attempt to open the door to escape but discover it is locked. They are caught moving and are killed by the doll. Amidst the chaos, a student who is a gamer notices a message on the back of the doll and informs the others. So the message states that the game will end if a button is pressed. One student rushes to press the button but is killed by the doll when it turns around. Shun then spots a timer on the doll's back and realizes they don't have much time left. Hearing this, several students attempt to press the button, but all fail and are killed. Eventually, only Shun and the gamer boy remain, surrounded by the marbles of their dead classmates, making it nearly impossible to reach the doll. The gamer comes up with a plan and tells Shun to use his back as a stepping stone to jump over the marbles and reach the button. Following this plan, Shun successfully presses the button and ends the game. As they celebrate, the Daruma doll unexpectedly declares Shun the sole winner and kills the gamer boy. The movie then flashes back to Shun's ordinary and uneventful life. He is seen sitting on a couch, switching channels and playing video games. At school, Shun is walking with his gamer friend, who teases him about asking Ichika out. Ichika is a fellow student who also enjoys video games. Shun dismisses the idea, saying he sees her only as a friend. So as they head to the classroom, they see a boy being bullied by Amaya, the school's troublemaker. Inside the classroom, Shun falls asleep, but a loud noise wakes him up. Suddenly, his teacher's head explodes, and the Daruma doll appears. The earlier events of the movie resume from this point. Back in the present, Shun begins to pray to God, begging to return to his boring life. So the Daruma doll calls him a mouse and warns that a cat is coming for him soon. Meanwhile, Ichika enters the classroom and is horrified by the scene. Shun asks her if she knows what's happening, but she is just as clueless. They try calling the police, but realize there's no signal. When they attempt to leave the school, they find all the doors and exits locked. And the two eventually make their way to the basketball court, where they find other students in mouse costumes, survivors of the previous game. They notice a message on the floor that reads, "Hit the cat's bell for it to end." The school president instructs everyone to wear the mouse costumes. Suddenly, the floor of the court opens and a massive plastic cat emerges. The gigantic cat begins devouring the students one by one, throwing everyone into panic. Shun observes a ball-shaped bell with a timer on it and realizes they must pass it through the basket on the cat's neck to end the game. A skilled basketball player tries to throw the bell into the basket, but the cat catches it and hurls it back, killing him instantly. Shun quickly figures out that the cat is only attacking those wearing the mouse costumes. He tells everyone to remove their costumes, and they comply. For a moment, the cat stops moving, and the students celebrate. However, the cat suddenly attacks another student, causing chaos once again. Amidst the commotion, Ichika falls to the ground. Seeing this, Shun bravely puts on the mouse costume to distract the cat. Shun realizes that wearing the cat costume allows him to hear the cat's voice. It turns out that the cat only wanted its back scratched so it could sleep peacefully. Shun quickly climbs onto its back and starts scratching, urging the others to help. Finally, the cat falls asleep, and Shun takes the opportunity to grab the bell and tries to throw it through the hoop. However, the other students stop him, thinking that whoever scores with the bell will win. This leads to an argument, and in the chaos, the cat wakes up and begins attacking them again. Shun devises another plan. He and Ichika hide the bell inside a regular basketball to trick the cat. They throw the ball toward the hoop, and it seems like they've won. But just as the bell bounces off the hoop, Amaya shows up at the last second and heroically makes the final shot, ending the game. The cat announces that only Shun, Ichika, and Amaya will survive. Shun asks about the other students, but before the cat can answer, Amaya kills them, declaring that only the strongest deserve to live, which he believes is God's will. Amaya approaches Shun, saying they are alike and both capable of surviving. However, Ichika disagrees, saying Shun is kinder, stronger, and smarter than Amaya. This enrages Amaya, who tries to attack her. Before he can do anything, the cat sprays gas from its mouth, knocking everyone unconscious. In the next scene, a news channel reports the school incidents as terrorist attacks. Another report shows giant cubes hovering above cities, with officials unable to find any entrances despite numerous attempts. The media calls the survivors of these events God's children for enduring such trials. Some experts and professors speculate that these incidents are part of an alien invasion targeting humanity. Meanwhile, a homeless man is seen repairing a broken radio simply by touching it. Later, Shun wakes up inside one of the cubes. Among the survivors, he finds his childhood friend Takumi, a timid girl named Tiara, and an arrogant but smart student named Taoka. Shun feels disheartened to find himself in yet another death game and tries to escape, but all the doors are locked. Taoka explains that the only way out is to win the game, confidently boasting about his intelligence. Screen activates, explaining explaining the rules of the game. 4 floating wooden dolls called Kokeshi enter the room and introduce themselves. The rules state that each participant will be blindfolded while the dolls circle them, singing. When the song stops, the participant must guess which doll is behind them within 10 seconds. Guessing wrong results in death. If the dolls lose, one of them will explode, leaving behind an answer key to unlock the doors and move to the next level. Taoka volunteers to go first, followed by Tiara, but both fail to guess correctly and are killed. The dolls then approach Takumi, but Shun insists on taking his turn first. Using his quick thinking, Shun records the dolls' voices while Tiara is playing and uses the recordings to identify the differences in their tones. Thanks to this strategy, he wins the game. The defeated dolls explode, leaving behind a key, which Shun grabs to advance to the next level. Shun leaves the room with Takumi. Outside, they come across a man being chased by a creepy doll. The man runs up to them, begging them to hold his hand, explaining that the dolls can't harm people who are holding hands. Feeling sorry for him, they agree to help. The doll then backs off, muttering something about being jealous of people with strong friendships. Shun notices Takumi wearing a pendant and is reminded of a memory. In the flashback, Takumi is about to jump off a rooftop when she sees Shun furiously smashing glasses and cups against a wall to vent his anger. Shun encourages her to try it too, and as she breaks the crockery, she starts to feel better. In the present, Takumi still wears a piece of the broken cup handle from that moment as a pendant. Suddenly, they hear a girl screaming. Rushing towards the sound, they find Ichika being chased by the same horrifying doll. Shun immediately grabs her hand, saving her from the doll. Shortly after, a wall begins to crumble, revealing a giant doll face and 7 keyholes. Shun's group heads to the location where they find 2 other contestants already waiting. They count their keys but realize that 3 are still missing. Out of nowhere, Amaya appears with the remaining keys and shockingly kills his partner, declaring that only 7 people can qualify for the next round. So once all the keys are inserted into the locks, the doll face announces them as winners and retracts into the wall, revealing a passage. A voice then instructs them to wear the costumes provided and proceed through the passage. As they enter, it's revealed that all these games are being broadcast nationwide. The group soon finds themselves in a freezing cold room. A huge polar bear appears, introducing himself and explaining that he despises liars and people with bad hearts. The next game is straightforward. Everyone must answer truthfully. Anyone caught lying will die. The game begins with the bear asking everyone their favorite food. After they answer, the bear accuses someone of lying. It gives the group 2 minutes to decide who the liar is. Though they try to defend themselves at first, they eventually accuse the guy who answered parsley. The bear instantly kills him by stomping on him. For the second question, the bear asks if they like Shun. Those familiar with Shun, including Takumi, say yes, while others who don't know him answer no. However, the bear insists that someone is lying and once again demands the group to name the liar. Under pressure, they accuse Takumi of lying since she and Shun had lost contact for a long time. Shun desperately tries to save her, but the bear kills Takumi. Devastated, Shun angrily declares that the real liar is the polar bear himself. This turns out to be true. The bear sheds his white fur, revealing that his true color is black. With the lies exposed, the game ends, and the survivors are moved to the final round. The remaining 5 contestants arrive at a temple. When the doors open, 3 wooden dolls greet them and congratulate them for surviving Sun so far. The dolls introduce themselves as fitness, intelligence, and imagination. They announce that the final game is called Kick the Can to Int. In this game, one participant will play the demon while the others become victims. The demon's task is to place the can at a designated spot, then find and name the hidden victims. Once identified, the demon can imprison them in cells. If the demon manages to imprison all the victims and kick the can, they win. However, if any victim manages to kick the can before being captured, all the victims win, but the one who kicks the can will die because it will explode. The group draws lots, and Amaya ends up with the red stick, making him the demon. They quickly sets the can on the ground and begins searching for the others. 2 students are quickly captured by the dolls. To save Shun, Ichika sacrifices herself, creating a distraction that allows him to escape. So Maya captures Ichika and locks her up, screaming that he doesn't need to catch Shun to win the game. Despite Ichika's advice to stay hidden, Shun steps forward, wearing an armored suit that conceals his face. Shun confidently tells Amaya it's impossible for him to lose since his face is covered. Amaya laughs at the idea, quickly removing Shun's helmet. As Amaya moves to kick the can and end the game, he notices Shun has tied an iron chain to him. So before Amaya can react, Shun dives into the water, dragging him along. Amaya struggles to free himself while Shun removes the heavy armor and starts swimming toward the can. Just as Amaya breaks free and sprints toward the can, Shun reaches it first and kicks it. Both brace for an explosion, but nothing happens. The dolls announce that the game is over and declare all participants as winners except for Amaya. They reveal that the explosion threat was just a trick to make the game more thrilling. Furious, Amaya grabs one of the dolls, shouting that he was chosen by God and shouldn't die. The dolls laugh and reveal that no one was ever supposed to die in the first place. Fireworks light up the sky as the winners are congratulated. The dolls even hand out ice creams to celebrate their success. So enjoying his ice cream, Shun shyly asks Ichika on a movie date and shares his feelings for her. Ichika happily agrees. However, when their ice creams melt, they notice writing on the sticks. So the dolls announce that even though they've come this far, luck will decide their fate. Amaya and Shun's sticks read "You live," while Ichika and the others have sticks marked "You die." The dolls immediately kill the losers, including Ichika, who vanishes into thin air. Shun is left horrified as he watches. Finally, Shun and Amaya emerge from the cube to a massive cheering crowd, calling them God's children. While Amaya celebrates his survival, Shun kneels in despair, declaring that there is no God after everything he has lost. One of the dolls calmly corrects him, saying that God does exist. Subscribe for popcorn. We are racing towards 2,000 subscribers.